Jack and Doug's First Christmas by Phyllis Nicholls. Pete and Sally live in a cottage. It is in St Ives in Cornwall. It has roses around the door and it's called Rose Cottage. They have a kitten. He is called Jack. Jack is black with white paws, a white patch over one eye and a white bib under his chin. They have a bulldog puppy called Doug. He is brown and white with one black ear and one brown ear. It was Christmas Day. There were logs crackling on the fire and fairy lights sparkled on a tall Christmas tree. Sally was cooking dinner in the kitchen. She placed the Christmas turkey on the table. Jack came running in. He suddenly braked hard on his front paws. Whoa! He went. Wow! Look at that bird! Doug was behind him. Look at that bird, Doug. She caught it all by herself. What a woman our mum is! Jack decided to have a better look. Sally was busy and did not notice them come in. Jack leapt onto the table and looked at the big turkey. He could not believe the size of it. Doug, Doug, come up here, Jack shouted. Come and have a look at this bird. Well, I'm a bit tiny, whimpered Doug. Climb on the chair, Doug. Come on, you can do it. Jump, yelled Jack. Doug jumped up onto the chair as best he could. Actually, he scrambled onto it, nearly toppling over. He started to pant. "Gaw, that was hard work," he said. "I think we can take this bird," shouted Jack in a very excited voice. Doug, you take one leg and I will take the other. Oh, but we'll get into trouble, Doug said in a worried voice. No, we won't. She caught this bird for us, shouted Jack. Okay, mate, if you say so, muttered Doug. They grabbed a leg each. The turkey started to move. Soon they had dragged it to the end of the table. Suddenly Doug shouted to Jack, "Oh no, I'm going to fall." "Hang on, Doug," Jack yelled. But it was too late. Doug fell off the table, taking the turkey with him. Slap! The turkey hit the floor. Doug landed on top of it and bounced off into the bin. He started to howl, and the roasting dish rattled at Sally's feet. She turned around and saw Jack on the table. Jack took one look at her and yelled, "Run for it! See you later, Doug." Sally went over to the bin and picked up Doug. Tears were rolling down his face. Sally looked at him and he started to tremble. She couldn't be angry with him as he looked so sad. She gave him a cuddle and said, I will put you in your basket in the lounge and wrap a blanket around you to keep you warm. Sally went back to the kitchen, closed the door, and started to clean up. Jack's head popped out from behind a chair. He saw Doug in his basket and asked, "Are you all right, mate?" Doug started to whimper. "Don't cry, mate. I'll cheer you up," promised Jack. "Look, Doug, look," he shouted as he ran over to the Christmas tree and started to play with some tinsel. Just then, a chocolate Santa fell onto Jack's head from the branch above. "Ouch! That hurt," he squealed. Doug started to laugh. Jack got annoyed and jumped into the tree so Doug could only see his tail. He lunged at this and that, spinning bobbles with his claws. He raced up to the top branches. He reached the top and tried to grab the star. The tree wobbled. Doug shouted, "Watch out, Jack!" But it was too late. The tree fell over with a loud crash. Some baubles shattered and light bulbs popped. Doug ran over to find Jack. "Where are you, mate?" he asked in a worried voice. "Are you all right?" Jack scrambled out from under the mess that was moments ago was Pete and Sally's Christmas tree. A piece of tinsel and a bauble were hanging off each of his ears. Just then the door opened and Pete and Sally were there. They stood looking at the tree. Jack screamed, "Quick, run for the cat flap!" Jack ran off with the tinsel and bauble trailing behind him, still tangled around his ears. He made it through the cat flap. Doug was close behind, but as he tried to get through the little door, he got stuck. His hind legs were scrabbling on the floor, but he could not get through. He shouted to Jack, "Help me!" By now, Jack was too far away to hear Doug's cry. Pete grabbed Doug and pulled him back. "Right, Doug," he said. "I will put you in your basket, and you will stay there, you naughty pup." He carried Doug to his basket and placed him inside. As Pete and Sally cleared up the mess and put the tree back up, Doug cried himself to sleep in his basket. When he awoke, he could smell food. Sally had put some turkey in Jack and Doug's bowls. Doug got out and had a good sniff and began to eat. Jack burst in through the cat flap. "I can smell food," he said. He ran over to his bowl and started to eat. "This tastes good," they thought, as they stopped for a moment to look at each other. When they had finished, they both felt fat, full, and sleepy, so they went into their baskets and fell straight to sleep. It was dark when Jack woke up. The wind was blowing the cat flap open, making a whooshing noise. He looked over to Doug, who was snoring away. He felt a bit afraid. He didn't like the dark and the noises he could hear. He went over to Doug and shook him awake. "Hey, mate," he whispered, "you look a bit cold. Perhaps I should come in there with you and keep you warm." "All right," mumbled a bleary-eyed Doug. Climb in. Jack climbed in and curled up next to Doug. They both went back to sleep.